man alive, man alive, man alive. I don't know. Well, I'm sure a few of you have been in a bit of bad news today. How I hate the vape industry. I really do. Anybody just come in? I see that is 8 people watching. Yorkshire folks, you okay? No, I'm not. I'm only doing this live thing, yeah, because I've just been physically assaulted this morning. Yeah, and I don't know if you know, but I've got a bit of a bad heart. And because I had a stroke a couple of years ago, so basically I've been told to watch it. And I was just on a market this morning. Yes, a market, Smithfield Market, Manchester. I've actually had the police involved, had the market police involved, waiting for the police to get back to me now. It was a vape seller on there who was selling 100ml bottles of juice. I ain't got no problem with that. No problem whatsoever. You know what I mean? That's all. And he started being the big man and turned around. I says, no, I only have nicotine in my juice, mate. And from there, it just got worse because he turned around and said, well, I've got a 7.2, I've got a 72 bloody percent nicotine here and I can mix it for you. And I went, that's against the law. And he said, yeah, but who's going to know? Do you know what I mean? And I said, well, I know. So he turned around and says, and what are you going to do? You're going to report me? You know what I mean? So I just turned around and says, well, you're out of order, mate. I mean, I know it might sound crazy to a lot of you guys out there, but honestly, that's out of order. He says, I'm willing to put the juice in for you. I can make it to whatever strength you want. Now, we're not just talking about up to the strength of 18, but up to the strength of 36 or whatever you want. You know what I mean? And I turned around and said, no, mate, I'm not interested in any, you know what I mean? I says, I won't. It's not fair on normal shops, and normal shops have to stay within the law. At which point he started doing one, started getting, getting red in the face and started growling at me because I'm a loud person. You all know I'm a loud person. And there was a lot of people who was listening. I was unaware of it. But he says, will you just move away from the store? Move away from the store. And I said, listen, yeah, I'm going, no worries. But as I'm walking away, he started being big and still giving it all that, you know what I mean? I said, listen, mate, I'm walking away. Just leave it as it is. He says, you're what's wrong with the vape industry. And it's like, really? I'm what's wrong with the vape industry. I'm the person who's trying to keep it going. You're the person who's trying to get it closed down, you idiot. You know what I mean? So as I'm walking away, I've got a leaflet off him. Now, I can't show you the leaflet because the police are involved, yeah? The police are involved, so I can't show you the leaflet. But I do intend to do a video about it when I find out what's going on, yeah? But as I'm walking away, I hold his leaflet up in the hand because he says, I've got a Facebook shop as well. This is before we started getting into an argument and they give me this leaflet. I'm idiot, you know what I mean? And I said, it's all right, mate, I'm not going to be doing that. I've got your leaflet here. I don't know what he took from that, but he just sort of changed into this incredible Hulk. And he sort of ran around from behind his stall, jumped on me, got me in a bleeding lot and he's trying to get it out of my hand. And when you've got something in your hand, a piece of paper, they're not going to get it out of there. So then he got hold of me thumb and he bent it right the way back. And I'm saying, listen, let go of me, mate, and I'll give you the leaflet. I thought, I've got to start calm down here, especially with my heart. You know what I mean? I've got to calm down, got to get out of this situation altogether. And he wouldn't let go of me. And then he's trying harder and he's really pulling and it was murdering me. Honestly, I mean, I don't think he's broke anything, but I think he might have pulled a muscle or something like that. And at which point, 3 people jumped onto him, yeah, to pull him off me. 3 other people could see what was going on. The guy was definitely out of order. And I'm walking away and I'm thinking, I'm not going to do nothing. I'm not going to do a video to cover it. I'm not going to do nothing. We just have to walk away. You know what I mean? But with the way he acted me and the fact that he assaulted me in that way, and I'm thinking, hang on. All I'm thinking all the time is this the end of me? Am I going to die here? Because I've got a bad heart. You know what I mean? It's like, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. I'm thinking, what the bloody hell? What the hell? Am I going to die here on bloody Smithfield Market because of some bloody dispute over a leaflet? You know what I mean? It's like, and I thought, this guy obviously doesn't know that I've got a bad heart, but he shouldn't be acting like that with anybody. So I'm not like that. I won't jump on you. You know what I mean? If you've got a dispute, have a dispute, talk it out, that sort of thing. So yeah, to answer your question, am I okay? No, I'm bubbling. I really am bubbling. I don't know what's happening at the minute because, like I said, I couldn't call the police on the market because I didn't have my phone with me. You've heard me in the past, haven't you? I never take my phone out with me. And so I went to the market police, well, the so-called market police were security. And they turned around and says, I would have to ring the police myself. I mean, they're in a box with a telephone. They weren't willing to ring the police. You know what I mean? But, you know, I understand that sort of thing. It's my complaint. I have to ring the police. But what they did do is to call market manager down. He came down. He took a statement off me. He gave me his email address and contact number. He told me all about the guy, you know, that is a regular on there, sells every single week. If I contact the police, which I did do, went straight down to the police station, gave a statement down there, told them all about it. There, as I say, I don't really want him prosecuting for breaking the law as far as TPD is concerned, although he deserves it. I want him prosecuting because he assaulted me in some way. I'm not reading the comments here. I get to them in a minute, honestly, I really will. And that's what I want. I want this guy to sort of realise that he can't go around doing this just because he has a dispute with somebody, or because he's breaking a law. He's the one who's breaking the law, and I'm just pointing it out to him. I'm being a friendly person. I look out for the vaping industry. This is why I say don't buy on market stalls. They'll avoid the law like the plague, and you know there's a lot of us out there who'll try to say, "Oh, I wouldn't mind knowing this guy if he's going to mix it up for me." Well, what is he mixing up? If he's willing to break the law, the TPD law, if he's willing to break it, what other laws are you willing to break? You've got no comeback on this guy. You know what I mean? But it's not that. It was the assault. I'm bubbling. I'm going to be bubbling for the rest of the day. I'm going to do some reviews tonight. It's like, I can't get in front of the camera today. I'm sort of like eating up. Calm down, Steve. Calm down. Let me have a quick look to see what people are saying over here. Can you shout me out? Sean Devaney. It is Sean. I have to be careful these days. Oh, just bear with me. I think this will be the police. Just hang on a minute. Hello? Hiya, mate. Can you just bear with me a minute? I'll just go and get it. Just 1 second. Hello?
Hi. Right, your number
Yeah.
is
10 58 41.
The letter U for uniform.
Sorry, say that again.
The letter U for uniform.
U for uniform.
Then it's stroke 18.
18.
Okay, now this is section 39 assault.
Section what, 39?
Yeah. Grade the assaults by numbers.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so it's been forwarded now to police of that area to look into it. Contact the manager.
Okay, mate, you've been very helpful.
Okay, right.
Thanks very much now. Bye.
Bye.
Sorry about that, people. As you can see, police are in contact with me. They've been quite nice with me, actually. Right, I don't know where we're up to now, so let me have a quick read and see where we was, yeah? I'm glad they're going to do something about it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm lucky, really, because it's CCTV on the market, so it might have picked it up. But I will do a video on this when I find out what's going on. Can you shout me out? Yeah, I did that, Sean. Ninja of the Waste saw the title. Jesus Christ, yeah, honestly. Can you believe that? He told me that I didn't know nothing about vaping. He picked the wrong person. He really did. Go away. You're what's wrong with the vaping industry, he says. And I thought, no, I'm not. I try to be as safe and as knowledgeable as I can to help people. That's what I'm there for. You're the one breaking the bloody law. Hi, Craig. I should imagine you've heard there. Basically, got assaulted on the market for telling somebody he was breaking the law with his vape stuff and that. Yeah, wouldn't dare lay a finger on my customers. No, out of order, mate. Honestly, it's out of order. At the end of the day, if you're sort of topping up people's bottles underneath the counter at a shop, I really couldn't be bothered. I really couldn't be bothered. Yeah. But if you're on a market stall and you're doing it in daylight, you know, I mean, you've seen what the weather's like today, pretty rainy, and there's this guy willing to put nicotine in the bottle. I mean, what is he bleeding putting in there? It might not even be nicotine, you know what I mean? What do you do? Bloody hell, yep. Where was this, Steve? It was at New Smithfield Market, mate. Yeah, I can't tell you. I've got a leaflet. I know the guy. I don't know the name of the guy, but I know the name of his business. And I've spoken to the market manager, and he says that he's there every week, so it's a regular thing. Yeah, I wouldn't be talking about this if it wasn't for the fact that I got assaulted, and I mean, it really put me off. I'm thinking, shall I just quit this YouTube stuff right now? You know what I mean? Is it worth this hassle? You know what I mean? I wish I'd have took my bloody camera out with me. I really do. That's true. Maybe the lesson to learn is always keep your phone on you. Yeah, you know what? I wish I would have done. I wish I'd have kept my phone on me and got it going. Although, to be honest, this guy was that violent. I'm sure I'd have had a smashed up phone. That's what I think. You know what I mean? Shopping, he will get what he deserves. Well, I hope he gets what he deserves. I hope he realises that I mean, all right, I didn't have an heart attack, but I could have done. I could have done. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think of me. I don't think of me dying. I think of my wife. You understand what I'm saying? It's like leaving her behind. And a lot of people say it might not lead to that, but anybody who's had a stroke and you've got the information that I've got, you know what I mean? And the narrowed arteries that I've got, nothing to do with smoking, by the way. It's a generic thing, yeah. I'm a prime candidate for an heart attack under violent conditions. So basically, stand back, move away. That's exactly what I was doing, walking away. You know what I mean? Damn, mate. That's shocking. He will get what he deserves. Yeah. I think we can all learn lessons in it. My biggest lesson there really was being on my own. That's what my biggest lesson was. Being on my own. I mean, the people who pulled him off, it was golden. You know what I mean? It really was. They didn't get violent. They pulled him off. They told him he was out of order. He was assaulting me and everything like that, and pushed him out of the way. And they sort of kept hold of him while I got out of there. You know what I mean? It was like, whoa, this guy. Obviously, he's trying to protect his business. Obviously, he don't want some sort of video going up. But guess what? Now he's achieved that, hasn't he, really? Because that's exactly the way I intend to treat it if no prosecution is done. Yeah, if no prosecution is done now, I'll make it my life's goal to shame this guy. I really will do. Fagash, you'll have to rewind, mate. I'll keep going through it. I've just been assaulted this morning, mate, by a vape seller on the market, and I mean assaulted. You know what I mean? Not just sort of pushed out of the way, you know what I mean? Not just sort of shouted at, and, you know, in a lock hold, had my bloody thumb pulled right the way back. It was getting very violent, yeah. Hi, Steve. All right, mate. What's happened, Matt Webley? Don't you give up. I don't want to. I don't want to. When you get incidents like that, I've had an argument during the week with somebody because you know me when I put videos up like, you know, warning people against certain things, you know what I mean? And it's just being responsible. That's all it is being responsible. Try to show the vapors out there that is some vape reviewers that do actually care about your health. You understand what I'm saying? So we'll share things with you. And I get shouted down a lot by people who know nothing, yeah, but think they do. They think they're protecting the vape industry by always shouting down something what's dangerous, like, you know, it's a load of garbage, that sort of thing. Whereas I'm quite the opposite. I think if we can show that we're responsible, we're going to have less demanding regulations, that sort of thing. And this all started because of 100 ml bloody bottle, like, you know what I mean? What can I say? And as I say, I feel sorry for the vape shops and all the vape sellers out there when you've got people like that in the industry. It's definitely wrong. They're the ones who damage the industry, and they don't care. They don't care. They call me. You know what I mean? It's like eBay. I never buy e-liquid from there because, again, there could be anything in it. Exactly, 100%. The whole idea of TPD, is anybody aware of it, is so you've got traceability. So basically, if you do have something go wrong with you, health-wise, they can trace it back and that person can be prosecuted. Yeah, that's the exact... It's a matter of being safe. That's what it's about. At the end of the day, I want to be as safe as I can. You know what I mean? I mean, I mix my own liquids because I then know what goes into it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you went live. It's 6:43. Got to get up in a few hours' time to sleep. Just came to say, I hope you have a good rest of the day. Hope your thumb gets better. It's not my thumb, mate. I'm shaking. It's like, you know, it's still calming down. Calm down now. Calm down. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, thanks, Steve. Yeah, it does me, mate. And to be honest, I wasn't going to go live, which is that I was so eaten up. I was so eaten up, and I've got nobody at home at the minute to sort of like vent out on, you know. Like normally it's my poor wife who has to put up with this, and I thought, no, I'm going to vent out on the tube. Why not? I'm not putting no information up there. You know what I mean? The police says don't put any information up which could, you know, could hinder a prosecution in some way, which I haven't done. I haven't sort of give his name. I haven't given the name of the shop, but I will be doing. I'm actually going to try and get a friend of mine to go round and film his stall, so I've got a bit of footage, that sort of thing. Yeah, might backfire on me. It might sort of help him sell more stuff. I've got no idea. But he's threatened me now, so basically he picked the wrong person to threaten, because I know the power of the police. I know when the police come knocking on your door, mate, it's a bit more, you know, woof, a shock to you than what it is me knocking on your door and saying, listen, I think it was a bit out of order, like, you know what I mean? I do know what you mean, mate. I have an issue with my art, and no, it doesn't take much to set it off, and it didn't. You should have felt it. I honestly thought that was me. I thought my bleeding numbers up here really did, like, you know what I mean? What do you do? Henrik, how are you, mate? All right. You need to chill with an e-pipe and calm down. You know what? At the minute, all I've got in front of me. Oh wait, I tell you what. I haven't got me. I've got my pipe coming up, mate. My new one, and I tell you what, absolutely, I'd love to show it you now. I would. It's just not quite finished. I hate showing things that are not finished. You know what I mean? Cheers, Steve. Thanks for that, Steve. Is it Carlton or Charlton? Charlton. Charlton? Yeah, must be. Our local booze shop are selling knockoff Pocket X kits, and a few of our customers bring them into us. Yeah, this is it exactly. I still turn around and say, and a lot of people might hate me for this, is I still say that the only place you should be able to buy vape stuff is in a vape shop. What sells nothing else but vape stuff, and that shop has to be registered, because all the damage and all the harm we hear from the vape industry is through these idiots. These who just sell you anything in a bottle, like, you know what I mean, or a faulty device, or a clone this and a clone that, and you're still paying the same sort of price what it is for a genuine item. It is, yeah. That's definitely the thing. It does louse up the vaping community. Yorkshire Fox, I didn't say I did a. I doubt it. After watching this, I hope everyone avoids him. Yeah, I'm hoping so too. And as I say, I can't share that information with you, but I'd rather do a nice plotted video. Yeah, show him up that way, and probably get some comeback from it, because the nature of that person is a violent person. You know what I mean? So if you read it on the news, you know, Professorvapes dead because of some arsehole, you know what it's about. I need to bleeding emigrate. Too many people after me. People buy them though, unfortunately. Yeah, blah blah blah. Yeah, it is what messes it up. Yeah, typically avoid market vape vendors like the plague. Believe it or not, I wasn't on there looking for vape stuff. I was on there looking for some hair dye for my missus. She said, "Will you go on the market and see if there's any hair dye there?" You know what I mean? And I just happened to walk past it, and you know, as soon as you walk up to these stores, what can I do you for? What flavour you're into? You know, it's all that sort of thing. What flavour you're into, mate? I can do it. I can do it in 100ml bottles, 150ml bottles, 200ml bottles, whatever you want. I said, it's got no TPD on that, you know, even in small bottles. It's nice because it's got no nicotine in it. I put the nicotine in. It says, it's like, what? You know what I mean? It's no wonder shops are struggling to survive when you've got people like that on a market who's avoiding tax. I mean, it's going to be avoiding tax because you're still paying tax on your e-juice, you know what I mean? He's avoiding paying any tax for his earnings. He's probably got no insurance, hasn't got a bleeding facility. I mean, he says he's got a Facebook shop. That doesn't sort of stink of clean room to me, does it to you? Because I'm sure if you've got the money, Ken says that to him. I says, and you're selling it on the market. You've got a business, but you're selling it on the market. And I think that's what got his goal up. You know what I mean? I said, how can you sell it on the market if you've got a business? You know, have you got a clean room? all my stuff's tested. And I thought, yeah, all right, mate. You know, what do you do? Yeah, it's challenging. True. Since watching you from the start, Steve, I know you to be a strong person who doesn't give up, and that's what I like about you. Thanks, Yorkshire. You're good. And I had a friend who said all my vapes were garbage because he bought one from a gas station. I get the same. You know, Poundland, yeah. I get people. It's not. Is it Poundland or is it B&M's? I think it's B&M's. Yeah, they sell that. It used to be Cloud9. Now it's called something else. I think it's called 999 vapes now, or 666 vapes. Exactly the same stuff. Yeah, pound a bottle. I mean, if they're selling it for £1 a bottle, they're selling it for £1 a bottle, which is a company which is buying it off a middleman, which is buying it off the manufacturer. My God, it must be costing like 10p to make the bottle or something like that, because they'll want profit, won't they? And then they'll turn and say, I don't know how you can spend £6 for a bottle of juice when, you know, this is only £1. It's like, well, you know, at the end of the day, if you weigh up against cigarettes, a bottle of juice lasts you a lot longer than a few packets of cigarettes, doesn't it? You know what I mean? And there's you on £1 bottle. It's because you've got to spend the rest of the money on your booze. That's what it is. I don't know. They don't care. It's all about making a quick buck. Exactly. And the more and more time. Sorry about the brightness in there. I'm working off the daylight outside. It's a bit hard, like, you know what I mean? I suppose I could put a light on. No, maybe not. So, and the picture quality is shit anyway. So what can I say? This is I hate this. You know what I mean? I hate this setup. They don't care about tested by me, myself, and I. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they don't care. And you know what really got me about the guy, because there was other people at the stall there, and he says, "Oh, what's that like?" He says, "Well, just open the bottle and stick a bit on your hand, like, you know what I mean? Sticking a bit on, and they're putting the bottle back on the shelf." And I thought, so now somebody's buying an unsecured bottle. Somebody's now buying a bottle that people have been dabbing on their hands. You know what I mean? It's like, how wrong is that? It's like going in a vape shop. If you've been in a vape shop and they say, I just taste that. Like, it's like, whoa, man, you know, have you never heard of bloody A's and all that sort of crap? No, you have it back. You know what I mean? Or get a wipe out or something. But yeah, you're all right. I've got nothing. Oh, I don't know. Broken glass and gets AIDS. Yeah, I've got to be honest. That's the way I feel. I mean, I don't actually think he'll be on the market next week now. I think he's got it in the back of his head now, because I waved this leaflet. I think he's got it in the back of his head now. Jesus Christ, I don't know who this guy is, and he might be able to cause damage, like, you know. And it isn't about that, is it? It's just basically what it's all about. It's saying this is how these people act. Do you really want to buy from them? You know what I mean? That's down to you, isn't it? And they're going grey outside, I don't know. I mean, Manchester, by the way, people, yeah. And it's sort of like the usual grey sky outside. Yeah. I don't know. You see, pretty nervous today. Obviously, all this going on. My missus will go up the bleeding water when she comes home. She said, what are you getting into confrontation for? Like, you know what I mean? It was unavoidable. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Steve Carlton, yeah, a pound bottle, mate. What can I say? It's, if you know, I mean, you know, a lot of us have been into vaping now to know how it works. Yeah, is in Manchester there's probably 3 main e-juice makers, and they make what you call white label juices. Yeah, and basically you can go down, mate. You can get it for 80p a bottle. Yeah, and for the extra 20p, they'll put your label on it for you, so you can say that it's your juice, even with TPD on. Yeah, they can do that. But what you've got to ask yourself is what's their ingredients, what's going in. You know what I mean? Because TPD is only really testing your nicotine. That's all it's really testing, that your strength's right. You know what I mean? There's no sort of real test on flavor, even though there's evidence on flavors now, especially strawberry. And this is another thing, people call that scaremongering. It isn't. There's research going on right now in the States, nothing to do with the government whatsoever, yeah. And it's just about flavouring, and if it is any carcinogens in flavouring or anything which can affect you. And they found that One of the culprits is strawberry. Yeah, it is strawberry, but they're not releasing none of these results until September of this year because he's trying to go through as many flavors as he can. Loads of them have come out with glowing reports. But menthol was one which was like over time, if you vape too much of menthol, if you just vape, taking the occasional vape, fine. But if you're chucking clouds out, menthol's pretty bad for you. But vapors don't want to wear it. They don't all the time. They say, well, where's the evidence? And then when they get the evidence shown at them, they're saying, well, that's not real evidence. There's always somebody there saying that's not real evidence, giving the wrong information away. And you're thinking, hang on a minute, if it's bad for you, why don't you? I mean, at the end of the day, would you go out and buy a liquid what's got diacetyl in? No, you wouldn't, because you know that it's pretty banned in e-juice, don't you? So therefore, if you knew something was bad, surely you just avoid that and stay with the stuff what's good. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm that person, really. I'm that person that if I find out something is bad, I've been keeping a close eye on that, and I'm waiting for September to come so I can turn around, relay it to you what them findings are. And we're not talking about massive big quantities here. We're on about in minute amount, you know what I mean? But if you was to vape loads of it, how it would affect you, that sort of thing. Because we're not stupid. You've got to realise how much you're sort of sucking into your lungs when you're cloud chasing. And that big capacity contains more molecules and contains more flavouring, more PG, more VG, and all that's going into your lungs, and it's not all coming out. So it could be problems there. But as long as we accept it, that's fine. A lot of people argue the fact that a lot of this is false fake news to try and get vaping banned. Vaping's here to stay. Vaping's not going to get banned. It won't get banned. It's like an impossible thing for them to do. But if it shows up that something is dangerous, surely you, as a vapor, would prefer to know that and be educated about it, to say, well, yeah, I'll read this report now, make my own mind up, and maybe I won't, because I don't use ceramic coils, yeah? I'm a big believer that ceramic coils are lethal, yeah? But then again, that's my choice. I've decided not to. And there's a lot of us out there who love ceramic coils, get a lot more flavour over a longer period of time, that sort of thing, a lot more life on your coils and that sort of thing. But through the research, what I've done on ceramic on its own as a product, it was like, nope, don't want none of that in me. But that comes from my background more than anything, you know what I mean? Right, a few fruity ones. Yeah, I'm sorry about this. I've not been keeping up with you, have I? Still trying to figure out what happened to my buddy. They better not mess with the professor. Who's this? Mr. Bone. Hi, Mr. Bone. Basically, I was assaulted this morning by a vape seller. And I mean, badly assaulted, yeah. Police called and all that sort of thing. I've just heard from the police right now, and they're throwing up a charge of section 39, whatever that is. I've got no idea yet. All because I was asking simple questions and trying to inform the guy that he was breaking the law and he was out of order. Basically, that's what it was, yeah. If you watch it at the very start, you'll see how animated it was at the start of this video. I was like, whoa, right. And I'm just starting to calm down now, so not too bad. Not too bad. Number 5 in the cloud chaser was weird. It's like a sweet, nutty vape. Morning, Professor. It's me, dude. How are you? Hi, Stuart. All right, mate. Hello again. The strawberry nasty juice is my main vape. Damn, better find a new all-day vape juice. I think at the moment right now, Ninja, is I would sort of stick with me strawberry. I'm not trying, that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to scare people off. It's just that on early studies of strawberry, I can't mention them all because I can't remember them all now, but I know strawberry came out as a culprit, and menthol was the one which was the worst one. That was the worst one. And then it was followed by strawberry, yeah. And what it's down to, I don't know if you're all aware, this has got nothing to do with vape companies. This is what gets a little bit confused. It's got nothing to do with vape companies. You've got to understand the nature of your flavouring, yeah. Flavourings you can get for, as far as flavouring is something you can taste, yeah. So flavourings are things like what you put in sweets, in cakes, in jams, in multiple things to get the taste of something. Now, some of them flavors, like for instance, like if it's an hard boiled sweet, yeah, is added to it, so it sort of burns at higher temperatures, so therefore it's safe. Yeah, it's designed to do the job. And then there's other ones which are like, we'll go into, like, say, cake icing, whereas icing is made cold, so it's a cold mixed liquid, yeah, flavouring, it causes no harm to you eating it edibly. But if you eat it up, it could be carcinogenic, or it could have something wrong with it. And what happened is the flavour industry, nothing to do with vape again, it's where the people who sell the flavourings for vape, they buy it from the flavouring industry, yeah, who manufacture it, synthetic and the likes. It's that industry which will not give away the ingredients of what's in the flavouring. They start protecting it for themselves, like, we're not telling you because you might start making it, that sort of thing. So what's happened is now we're getting independent studies of the flavouring and how it acts in vape. In other words, at higher temperatures and that sort of thing. And I do know that if you're vaping at low wattage with menthol, it's quite good. You understand? So it's okay. It's when you start using it in temperature control and you're hitting them high temperatures, that's where the issue could be. And at the minute, because it's an unusual science, and it's been going on, this study now has been going on since not last year, the year before. And they turned around and said it was going to be a 3-year study, and it would be around about September of 2018. So when that study comes out, I'll read about it, you know what I mean? I'll ask a few questions, and maybe I'll do a video on it. And it's just basically trying to keep you informed, that's all it is. Strawberry nasty juice is my main vape. Yeah, you've already read that, haven't you? Nasty. It's called nasty juice for a reason. I don't like it. I've seen that they reckon cinnamon. Well, yes, cinnamon is. Yeah, it is. But it's two types. Yeah, I educate you again. Yeah, is synthetic cinnamon and is natural cinnamon. So there's one which is a cinnamon extract. Yeah, and there's one which is synthetic. The synthetic one's okay. It's the naturally extracted one which isn't. But this is where the confusion gets, because you don't know what they're putting in. Because the people who are selling the flavouring to the vape houses, in other words, the vape companies who's repackaged it in small bottles of flavouring, they're not getting told which is which. So basically, a lot of people say, well, just avoid it, that sort of thing. But yeah, you are right, cinnamon's one. That's sort of a lot of the buttery ones, yeah. To obtain a buttery taste, it needs diactol in. Now, even though diactol is a no-no, it was proved on the study that the margins are so low that it's not a big issue as long as you're a sensible vapor. Where the issue becomes, if you're cloud chasing, then it's not sensible. So what they decided to do is just stop using diactol, that sort of thing. And a prime example of that, and I can't remember what the name of the juice company was now, Suicide Bunny. Yeah, do you remember Suicide Bunny? They always try to say they made their own juice in-house, yeah. And then somebody got an independent test done on one of their e-liquids, and it contained diacetol. And yet on their site, it says, we can assure you that none of our juices contain diacetol. Just do a search on YouTube, you know, Suicide Bunny, diacetol, and you'll see what I'm saying. You'll see the information's there. But it's also, if you search on Google, you'll find the information's there as well. And then they came clean and said, well, we don't actually make the juice. We only going to put our labels on it, which was like, whoa, that was a statement, wasn't it? You know what I mean? So even if they manufacture them now, can you trust a company like that? You know what I mean? I don't know. Not impossible in the USA. What's not impossible, Corgi? Is it true menthol juice is going to be banned? Now, I tell you what is being banned. They're banning menthol in cigarettes. Yeah, they're banning menthol in cigarettes. But if they do that, they're more than likely going to ban it in vape. And it's not because of kids. It's got nothing to do with kids turning to vaping or kids turning to smoking because of menthol. It's because of what menthol does to your body. You know what I mean? So I keep a close eye on that. At the moment, it's not as dangerous, believe it or not, in vape as what it is in cigarettes. So, I mean, I've got no issue. Every now and then I'll have a bit of menthol, you know, I'm managing it right, aren't you? You know what I mean? It's just like, I know people out there who just vape nothing but menthol. It's them ones who need to be careful of what they're doing. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, then. Come on, then. You're in Manchester now, mate. You can't do that. I've got to be honest, if it wasn't for me heart, I'd probably been there. Come on, man. But no, doctor told me to avoid stress, to avoid any violent situations, to avoid arguments, which I do. You know what I mean? What can I say? I don't know. Well, I've got everything off my chest and I've calmed down now. Doubt what? Where are we? Doubt it, Alston, buddy. All right. Hi, Steve. Sorry to hear you got assaulted. Yeah, I did call. I'll tell you what, mate. Absolutely. It was nearly the end of me for YouTube before. That's it. I'm going to stop this. You know, I'm just trying to help people here and I get assaulted like this. Yeah. Section 39 is a common assault. Well, whatever. The point is, at the end of the day, it still needs a visit. You know what I mean? As far as I'm concerned, it still needs a visit. One of the best differences between smoking and vaping is that vaping can be done relatively safely, and safety can be improved through knowledge, whereas you cannot smoke in a more safer way. True, 100%. We'll stick by it as far as we're concerned. 95% safer than smoking. We accept that is going to be some danger there. We don't know what that danger is yet, and the reason why we don't know is because the specialists are saying it needs to be like 40 years to see what happens. You know, it's like it can't be done in the first few years. I mean, if you turn around saying now, all right, it started in 2006, and you think, well, by now they should know something. No, because not everybody's vaped since 2006, and there's a lot of people who vaped in 2006 who no longer vape. So the bad studies. And then the other thing about studies is you've also got to understand the studies are being done on people who smoke. You know, they've always smoked. So who's to say that any damage that is happening is not happened because of your previous smoking habit? So it's a very hard one. They say it's got to come to a point where basically smoking's gone out the window and we've only got vaping left. And then that's when the real studies really start. So in the meantime, it's like you've just got to say yourself, you know, you have a nice cool beer when it's in a sunny day, or do you have 10? Do you know what I mean? It's like, well, you know, if you have 10, you're going to get blind drunk, depending on who you are, I suppose. I know I would be. You're going to have an hangover, you're going to get some ill effect from it. You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of keeping it in a safe way. That's all, and that's all I do. You know, I mean, if you look while I've been talking to you now online, how much of a vape? I haven't vaped a lot, have I? Now, if it was still a smoker, I'd give it that all bloody daylight. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know why, but it's not scrolling. It's not automatically scrolling at the side now. Geez, man, wow, some people are just amazing. I really don't believe that this guy even knows who exactly he's messing with. Yeah, he probably doesn't. Probably doesn't. I'm not blowing my own trumpet or not, but you know, I certainly couldn't do him any favours, could I? You know what I mean? For the Crown 2 tank, I'm using it as we speak. It's awesome, and that mango juice is something else. Where can I get more when I run out from the look on the label? Who was it by, that one? Was that Badass Juice? I know that was Badass. Was it Badass? Can't remember who it was now, mate. I don't like mango, Steve. Can't stand the stuff. You know what I mean? I've tasted it, and some of it's. I tell you what it is. I tell you what it is. If you watch some of my reviews on mango, I've gone, yeah, it's all right, that, but I don't know if you taste the mango because I've not tasted mango. You know what I mean? It's one of them things, isn't it? You know what I mean? Yeah. So you remember it as well, do you, Ninja? I mean, it must have been an embarrassing lesson for them to learn that, you know, I mean, especially suicide one. I mean, you know, not so big over here, but I know in the States it was massive, like, you know what I mean? But it must have took a lot to try and gain trust back after that incident. It must have done. But it was just going to show, really, that even the big companies, half of them don't care as long as they can sell you something and make a profit, you know what I mean? That's why I say make your own juice. Okay, Matt W, my local vape shop, just said that it's going to be banned. What's going to be banned? What's going to be banned? Alston service, what is it? I might have lost the plot here somewhere. Not being banned, my knowledge, right. Got to go, pal. Hey, Steve Joseph, sorry, mate. I've obviously ignored you at some point, Anna. I hope you get this sorted because that's not what he did to you. It's not right, yeah. You know, relaxing day. Put your feet up and look after that heart stress. Isn't good. Yeah, cheers, Steve. Thanks for that, mate. Where's your vape shop, Ninja? Yeah, where's your vape shop, Ninja? Let people know. Where is it? I'll only visit, mate, if you're local. South Elmsall. I don't know where that is. No. Oh, Menthol, right, I see. If it's banned, it's news to me as well, basically. I don't think anything will happen with that until some solid reports come out on it. You know what I mean? It's just something that you need to be aware of and look out for that happening. That's all it is. Right, but basically, I keep getting emails. I'm going to Vape Expo. Yeah, not the one you're going to. I'm not going to Vape Expo in Birmingham. Basically, I can't afford to go. Yeah, I haven't got the money to go there. No, I don't know where. Oh, wait, 40 minutes from Wakefield. I know where Wakefield is. Bit of a travel for me. Gonna go now, bud. Take care, bud, and try to relax as much as you can. My friend Bites. Cheers, Steve. Thanks for calling in, mate. As I say, I only came in to do a bit of venting, to try and hyperventilate a little bit and get out of the way. You know what I mean? Well, see, I can't go to Vape Jam. I can't, honestly, mate, I can't afford that. I can't afford that. But what's happened is that I've been invited to Vape Expo, yeah, in Madrid. Oh, Madrid? How can I get there? You know what I mean? Luckily enough, I'm going to be over there at the time. And I've been promised tickets and that. So I thought, well, you know, holiday, why not? You know what I mean? So I'll probably go in there. Uh, Colin, Col one. I doubt very much basically that they're using diacatol again. That harmed them so much at the time. It did do, mate. It harmed them big time. Just did the research on it. So I should imagine. In fact, if it contains, as far as I know, if it contains it, it has to state that now. Yeah. And besides the point, nearly all the vape industry is trying to say, no, we don't want any of that. We're looking for alternatives. You know what I mean? So I can't see Suicide Bunny still doing it. I'd have thought Suicide Bunny. I've learned through the mistakes, expensive mistakes, yeah, and sort of cleaned the act up. I'm not. I wish I'd have known you was on Mother's Milk, mate. I had a bloody bottle here as well. Just give it to me, bloody mate. I don't know anybody who likes it. Two birds, one stone. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Madrid. It's probably cheaper to go there. Well, believe it or not, I checked it out. If I get a flight over there, yeah, because you can only get one way and one way back. But a flight there was £24 and a flight back was 19. And yet, for me to go to Birmingham would cost me double that just to get there. You know what I mean? In my car, in fuel. So I had to sort of looked at that. And then the other thing is I don't get tickets for the, you know, Vape Expo don't send me tickets or anything like that. They don't want to entertain us. Vape Expo and the people who run it just want to make money. That's it. Yeah. They just want to make money. I mean, I get a list of all the vendors what are appearing there. I get a list asking. I get emails off them asking if I want to put an advertisement in their business and all that sort of thing. And I'm thinking, hang on a minute, I'm not a profit-making organisation here. I'm just a bloody single guy. You know what I mean? He's just sort of got a hobby, likes talking about it, and shares it with other people. I don't make nothing from it, and yet you want me to pay because I've always said that I'd like to go and show my mods off. You know, the ones that I make. I'd like to go down and have a little stand and show them off and talk to people on how they can make their own mods and things like that. Yeah. But if you've got to pay for the stand, you're defeating the object. Whereas that's what I did like about the one just after Vape Expo. Oh, come on, help me out, people here. Help me out. I always forget this second word. Not Vape Jam, not Vape Expo, Vape Fest. Vape Fest. I like Vape Fest. I like Vape Fest. It's outside, loads of tents, live music, not deafening sound, loads of people who want to talk to you, loads of normal vapors. Yeah, love it, that sort. Oh, Colin, what have you done that for, mate? Towards your plane ticket. Hey, Colin, you didn't have to do that, mate. But you know what? I appreciate that. I really do. You know I do. You know I do. Without a doubt. Well, I went to Vape Expo Alston service. Yeah, I actually went to Vape Expo, the second one last year. I didn't go to the first one. I went to the second one, and I got robbed. Yeah, and that wasn't stuff that was given to me. That was stuff that I bought. Because I videoed the event. If you put it in search, Professor Vapes Vape Expo, you'll see that I did a video on the event, and I like the event, yeah. But it's one of the things that you've been once, do you really want to go again? I'm like that about it, you know what I mean? But what happened is I had a load of stuff in my bag, and on my tripod, at the bottom of my tripod, I've got an hook, and I hooked my bag on the tripod while I'm stood in front of it doing a review, yeah, and I'm interviewing somebody like that. And then I went to put all my stuff away, and they pinched me bags. It was full of robbers there. Gets, you know what I mean? So yeah, I was pretty gutted on that, without a doubt. Colin, stop doing this, mate. You know what I mean? I really do appreciate it. You know that I do, because I'm still trying to get 8 computers together. But yeah. So did you get the air dye? No, I didn't. I didn't, mate. That's a do one. You know what I mean? That's a do one. Yeah. I mean, I didn't run off. I walked away, but at that point, you're sort of like, oh, what am I looking for? What am I here for? I just need to get out of there. Well, actually, I wanted to get hold of the police. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be, you know, I wanted this guy. It needs a lesson teaching, like, you know what I mean? So I had to get hold of the police. So yeah, everything else went out the window till I got back home here. That was it. Cole, was there any spare coils in that tube? Because I didn't open them tubes, mate. You know what I mean? They was just sealed. I thought I'll send them out the way the way I got them. I'm hoping that. I mean, I had the gunmetal one, yeah, and I love it. But it had a spare coil with it, so it wasn't too bad. Right, I see. Hey Steve, is Mr. Bone going to have to make a special trip to the UK to whip somebody? But I don't take Kylie to people messing with my people. No, mate. Honestly, I'm sure by tomorrow I will have calmed down. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, why did he get the police involved? But no. At the end of the day, I was thinking it wasn't so much while I was thinking about it, I thought, well, I've survived that. What is somebody else going to survive that in that condition? You know what I mean? It could have been somebody smaller. I mean, I'll be honest with you, it was never really going to do any real damage because there was that many people about. You know what I mean? But hate to know if people wasn't about what it'd been like. What can you say? Alston services in Bennett. What's in Benidorm? Alston service. Did you see on the program? Did you see? Oh yeah, I was. Yeah, every single time I go across, mate, I get asked. I get asked to be on it, yeah, and it's like, nah, done it once, that's enough, like, you know what I mean? Because what you want to do is you want to follow you around. You want to follow you around. The film crew want to follow you around, you know what I mean? And it's not only that, they want good content. You know what I mean? And they're not willing to part. I'm like, I wanted to say, hey, Professor Vapes here from the UK. I thought that gave me some coverage, but it's now I can't do that, like, you know what I mean? Well, yeah, they sort of want. So you're tied down. If you're on holiday, you don't want to be tied down, do you? You know what I mean? Definitely not. Right, good one. Yeah, thanks for that, Mr. Bone. I'm sure of that myself. Like, and at first I thought I'm not going to say anything online. I thought, no, this guy needs shouting out. Like, you know what I mean? MBK Vapors, how are you, mate? All right. Great. Yeah, it's like maybe I would have liked to have filmed it all, yeah, and then put it up. yeah. And maybe what I will do, depending on what happens this week with the police, yeah. If the police come back to me and say, that's it, we're not doing nothing, I'm going to take my camera down next week. I'm going to take the camera down. I'm going to sort of face him up with a camera. Is that the right thing to do? Take some eddies with me. Well, good about that, yeah. Anyway, MBK, I suppose you read the title and thought, what's all this about? Yeah, what's all this about? Basically, mate, I tell you what, I have just been assaulted really badly by a vape seller on a market because I pulled him up on his bad practice. And we had to get the police involved. Sad day. Sad day. But I don't care what anybody says. Sellers like this need shouting out. So you keep watching me channel, because sooner or later I will put a video up of it. Yeah, sad day, mate, honestly. Somebody's been selling vape stuff. He told me that he'd been selling vape stuff for 4 years and he knows everything about it. And thinking, yeah, all right, mate, you live a dream, you know what I mean? And you know, and I know how long I've been into it and how much research I do into it. And I know a lot about vaping. And I know when somebody's bullshitting me, you know what I mean? And this guy he just went off in a tirade. The next minute is jumps on me. A load of people try to get him off me, pulling my bloody phone backwards, and I've got a bad heart. I don't know if you know that, MPK. I've got a bad heart, yeah. So the last thing I need is an heart attack, yeah. And I don't know what's happening yet because, like I say, police are involved. They've given me a crime number now. I just have to wait in here now, won't I? You know, and see what happens. Yeah. But I do intend to do a video about it. But at the minute, I can't mention his name because the police says, because they say, police, I might do a video on this. And the police said, well, don't mention his name or his company. You know what I mean? Not while there's an investigation going on. So I thought, right, fair enough then. But as soon as that investigation, that's closed down, yeah, I'll bloody cover it without a doubt. These people need warning against, yeah, bad practice. I mean, I don't really know. I'd say it was MBK, yeah. He sells 100ml bottles of juice, yeah. And I says, I only like my juice with nicotine in. He said, well, yeah, I put it in for you. And he pulls a big 2-litre bottle of Nick, yeah, on a market stall, not in a clean room, on a market stall. How much nicotine do you want? I'll make it to whatever strength you want. 18, 24, 36. I'm thinking his shop's closing for idiots like you. So I pulled him on it. So you're breaking the law, you can't do that. And this is where it all started from. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa. I should have just backed away. I should have just walked away. That's what I should have done, but I didn't do. Yeah, it was a real nutter. Well, we know that, MBK. We know it's. We see. The thing is, yeah, you're a reviewer, yeah, and you've got followers, and you try to be as friendly with them followers as possible. Now you know, and I'm sure you get a few bad comments which are from idiots. Yeah, these are the people who know nothing about vaping. They've been vaping for about a year and they think they know everything. And you try to put them on the straight and narrow, and all they do is just abuse your friendship. Yeah, and people like me and you will try, rather than hit back and retaliate at them, we'll try to explain it to them in the hope that they get educated in some way, and they don't do. So they go off on one. The next minute, they're slagging you off somewhere else. And this is what this guy was. He was like, I've been in this for 4 years. I know what I'm doing. All my stuff's tested. And I'm thinking, no, if it was all tested, it wouldn't be in 100ml bottles on your store. Yeah, if it was all tested, it had CPD written on it. Yeah, so a load of bull, like, you know what I mean? I can do you any flavour you want, and I can put as much nicotine in as I want. Who's to know? It's like one of them things. So I'm thinking, well, you're out in the fresh air, mate. It's raining, yeah, and you want to mix juice for me in the rain with all these people around who, it's not a clean room or anything like that. It's not happening, mate. It's like, I wasn't like that. I was more friendly than that. I was trying to get it across to him in a friendly manner. I didn't just seem red. What can you do? What can you do? I don't know. Yeah, I called him out, Colin, but you know what I mean? Sometimes it's like, maybe if you just call him out online, maybe I should have just left it online. Although I'm not really protected online because I've had a few emails, put it in the emails, personal emails. I don't know how they found my email address. Yeah, trying to find my address out and things like that. So I know there's a few people out there who've got grudges on me. You know what I mean? And it's probably because I've probably made them look a bit small. You know what I mean? Probably in their eyes, they might have looked a bit small. My cancer vaping video with 200,000 hits on. And you get people who just read the title and say, you don't know what you're talking about. And then I usually reply back saying, please just watch the video and think about what you says. Because once you've watched the video, you'll agree with me rather than going off the title. You know what I mean? And some of them are fine with you and they come back and they apologise. Sorry, I didn't know that's what the video was about. I went off the thumbnail. I went off the title. You know what I mean? And the whole idea of YouTube is get people to watch your video. So the more you put into your title and the more that you put into your thumbnail, it drives them viewers to your site. That's what it does. It drives them to you. You know what I mean? Especially if it's going to be something about scandal or something like that. I mean, I did one on Rip Trippers and 420, which is like, whoa, it's astronomical the amount of views that it's on. Not the most views on any one video, but it's astronomical the amount of views. But the amount of people who watched that video, and I got really good feedback on it, you know what I mean? Sensible feedback. But in the vape industry, you know, especially when you're a reviewer, they expect you to know everything. MBK will say you can't know everything. You can't know everything. And then we all have different ways of approaching it. You know, if you look at people like Dick, who will look at something and they'll hold it up against another device, you know, he'll start to turn around and say, well, is this and it's similar to this sort of thing, you know what I mean? He'll tell you the differences. And there's people out there who want that information, whereas I'm the sort of person who goes, well, here it is. This is what I think of it. This is what battery it's got in it. This is how it performs. We've used it for 2 weeks. What do I think of it? That's me. That's I'm more of I'd just say a critique of a device or a juice. You know what I mean? And there's other people out there like, you know, Pete Pizzardo, who will strip something down to the bare bone. They'll take all these electrical readings on it because there's people out there who need to know that sort of thing. So we all cater for the sort of people that watches. Yeah, I'm more of the person because of the way I started off, and I've said this so many times. Because my channel didn't start off reviewing products, which it didn't do. My channel started off my journey from smoking to vaping. So it sort of stayed with that, and I try to encourage other people to do the same. And I still try to do that now. Try to encourage people to switch from smoking to vaping, yeah, because to me, then I have a sense that I've done something. I mean, if you go and buy a mod on what I've said and it's a failure, you've not watched the video correctly or it doesn't suit you. You understand what I'm saying? So I try to be, and that's the whole idea of having them boxes down there so you can ask questions. And you know me, I always answer them back. So I'm always going to give you an answer. But at the end of the day, it's still opinions, isn't it? My opinion against somebody else's opinion. Yeah, the industry moves quickly, MBK. But I mean, we face it. We really look at it. If you look at the last 2 years, what's changed? What's changed? There's nothing really changed. We're still buying tanks, aren't we? We're still buying tanks which are not much better than what we already had. You know, with the exception, if you're going sub-ohm, we know there's a lot of choice out there what performs really well, but that doesn't cover the full spectrum of vaping, does it? It doesn't cover. I mean, and you know me, I'll shout out disposable cigarette because I know that there's people out there who vape disposable cigarettes. You know what I mean? They love them. And who am I to tell them they shouldn't do that? You know what I mean? So the best thing that come out over the last year or so, as well, the last 2 years, what I would actually turn around and say it's the pod mods. Yeah, they've really improved. And the reason why I like them so much because they're just usually one button press. You know, some of them are automatic, and these are the things that I believe, yeah, smokers need to try when they're converting. Yeah. Whereas there's a lot of people out there will sell you, you know, a 30-watt mod with a sub-ohm tank on, which is capable of mouth to lung as well. It's the wrong science for me. Basically, the person who's selling it should think, hang on a minute, I want a repeat customer. I want this customer to come back to me. Yeah. So what I want to do is it doesn't vape at a minute, it smokes. Yeah. So I want to give him the nearest thing to his experience that he's getting. The nearest thing that he does, yeah. Which in the case of smoking is something what doesn't have a button on, yeah, and something that doesn't need charging up, and something that doesn't have to be filled. That's the nearest thing, isn't it? But we know that they don't work so well. So you've got to sort of approach it on the next thing. So the next thing is maybe a pod mod, which is automatic. Yeah. Get used to that. It mimics cigarettes in the way that you want it to. And then we can move on from that. And they'll come back. Now, I know that works because I've got a friend who is a friend now. He's not a long time friend, yeah. Easy Vapes, Hazel Grove. Yeah, a guy in Hazel Grove, Easy Vapes. Now, I've been in his shop when new customers have come in who've never vaped in their lives. Yeah, and he comes in and they always go out happy and they always go out with a simple device. Yeah, and they return a couple of months later and they'll upgrade to the next device, and then they'll upgrade from the next device, so on and so on. But the good point I'm trying to get across here is at no point have they give up vaping. They're not going, oh, it's no good for me. Yeah. Whereas a lot of people out there will say this is the device you need, and it's got a mouth to lung cross sub-ohm tank on. It's variable wattage, yeah, and they've gone away and the first two, the very first two, and they've coughed, and you've gone no, and then give it another two, and they've coughed, yeah. So they've gone away and they've gone to a shop, and the shop's why you need a lower nick level, yeah. And we know that's not true because if it's got something like Coolada in, it's the Coolada that's giving you that effect, isn't it? It's not so much the nicotine; it's the Coolada. Plus, when you step the nicotine now it's not going to work because you're already used to, I don't know, let's say smoking 20 capsules full strength a day, which is a lot of nicotine, yeah? And you need to substitute that. And all these new devices are fine if the person who's selling it you will really drum it into you and explain to you what you're going to go through, but they don't. So, I sort of step back and I still, look at this. Look, how many of you guys out there are vaping one of these, eh? Beautiful. Beautiful. Bloody EVOD tank. Can I clap for that, yeah? I don't know. Yeah, I should imagine the techie mods are getting better and better, but there's one thing I've noticed about the techie mods is that your boards are not lasting as long. Yeah, your boards, all right, you might get a year out. I mean, a lot of people out there, especially reviewers, we're lucky. We're lucky in respect that we get a few devices, so therefore none really break down for us because we don't get constant use. Yeah, but there's a lot of vapors out there who just can only afford one device, and they go out and they buy it and they kill it to the death. They've got a stupid build on the top, chucking out massive big clouds, and sooner or later the board's going to go, isn't it? Yeah, I mean it's the nature of anything with the board in, isn't it? That's the way it goes. You never had that with mech mods, did you? Although you wouldn't advise anybody these days to use a mech mod. I mean, I still use them. I ain't got an issue with them. And that's what's happened. You see, the learning curve's gone. That part, well, I think in the early days with people like me, Vic, and all the other people like that, it was a learning curve because nobody knew. Nobody knew. You know what I mean? When you look at the very first devices and how mech mods came across, was because we wasn't happy with the regulated mods that was out there. And we sort of went up from there, building our own mods, etc., getting better and better. And then the industry had to hit back and they started cloning similar devices to what people was making. And then came your electric boards with variable voltage. Then it was variable wattage. Then it was temperature control. And it just sort of goes on and on. I mean, I've seen one, a lad I know owns one. It's got a bloody camera with a screen on the back. It's like, whoa. All you need now, mate, is a phone on it and you're laughing. You know what I mean? That's what I like about your noble approach to reviews, and you helped me stop smoking. I'm glad, Cole. Honestly, mate, I bet you're so glad that you gave up smoking because I remember what that feeling was like. I thought I was never ever going to achieve that. I really did, but I was one of the lucky ones that within 3 hours of me vaping, I never touched a cigarette again. I was very, very lucky. But the reason why I was lucky is because I did so much research pre-buying that very first device, which was an Ego T. Yeah, I did so much research first, and I knew what I was getting into, knew how to use the device, knew how to strip it down, take it apart, take the board out. You know what I mean? Build my own coils and all that sort of thing. So yeah, it was more involved. As today, it's not as involved because these days is you get a new mod, yeah, and everything's there for you. You buy a coil because you don't want to make a coil. There's a lot of people out there don't want to make their own coils. I understand that. But in the early days, you had no option. You either had a cheap, 2 ohm coil, micro coil, or you built your own coils. And the only reason there's the innovation in coils is because of people like us who made our own coils. That's where innovations come from. It's all copied. It really is. I mean, I don't know if you're aware, but temperature control did not come out on mods until it had come out on weed. You know, the weed mods, what was for burning dry herb, yeah, for burning wax, yeah. That's your very first temperature control, and then the vaping industry pinched it off them and put it into vaping. So it's all come from somewhere else. Do you know what I mean? And I think at the moment with the vaping industry, it's like it's lights and whistles more than anything else. You know what I mean? This lights up. It's got a coloured screen, all that sort of thing. I mean, I don't know how many of you do actually go like that every day and look at your screen and see what your ohms is and see what I don't. I just set it and that's it. Once it's set, it's fine. You know what I mean? Ooh, wouldn't it be nice if people could just be courteous and respectful of their fellow man, even when called out on a mistake? But you've always got idiots. Yeah, it would be nice, but it just doesn't happen, does it? Yeah, MBK, thanks for popping in, mate. Well appreciate, especially being a fellow reviewer. Yeah, shout out anybody who hasn't seen the guy. He's one of my, I like the guy myself. Yeah, go and check out his reviews. You haven't seen him anyway. I think he was also on that UK TV Live or whatever it's called, UK Vape TV Live, something like that. I do call in every now and then. One of the staff got sacked in my local vape shop because he sold a customer who wants to start baking a smoke alien kit, 80-20 juice. He deserved the sack, didn't he? Is a girl in a vape shop not far from me. I've only been in twice. I don't even know them yet, but I was in there. There's a young girl, full of tattoos. Yeah, I don't judge anybody by, fine with me. I haven't got a problem with all. She looks about, yeah. And she vapes, but she doesn't know a lot about vaping. But I was in there when she started on the first day, and she was like, "I'm so glad that I've got a job in a vape shop. So glad I'm going to learn so much about vaping." It's like, whoa, now that's the sort of person I want learning for me. Yeah, sort of working for me. If I had a vape shop, you know what I mean? She was enthusiastic. She was asking about them all, and then when I'm at the counter, I'm looking at certain, she's listening to everything I say, taking it all in. That's what you want from a vape shop, don't you? But here's vape shops out there where the staff are told, sell them that. Make sure you can sell. We've got absolutely loads of that there. We've got a load of smoke aliens there. We really need to shift them. You know what I mean? Just sell them that. Tell them it's the best. And that's what's wrong with the vape world. But on the other hand, I also understand the vape shop. They're buying all this stock in, and because of the way the vape industry works, and there's new stuff coming out all the time, yeah, they're stuck with stock they can't get rid of. It's really strange what it is because they're having to buy it all up front. None of them are getting it on credit. You know what I mean, with the exception of a few shops now, because we know that it's like one central place in England now what supply all the shops with alien stuff, Joytech stuff, etc., which is like another middleman again. So yeah, I really understand. I don't think I'd have a successful vape shop because I'd rub it on too much. Yeah, I really would. It's like, what do I sell and what don't I sell? Because there's a lot of things in the vape industry where I go, hell, it's just a gimmick, you know what I mean? That's it. I mean, half the juice I've gone, I'm not having that on my shelf. You know what I mean? Just look at it, it just stinks of bleeding child-friendly shit, like, you know what I mean? Instead of doing some crazy bleeding thing, you know, something, use your brain power to sell a juice rather than aim it at a certain thing, you know what I mean? But that's just me. I mean, that's just only an opinion. I know it doesn't work like that, yeah? See what happened? You okay, mate? Well, I'm okay now. I'm live. I'm okay now. I'm on. Cornish, okay now. I wasn't doing this live show, mate. I wasn't doing it. But I got attacked this morning by a vape seller on the market, yeah? Physically attacked. Police involved in all that. There's a lot of people already heard all this. And basically, I wanted to come on here and just vent. I wanted to vent, mate. That's what I wanted to do. It's a Manchester thing. You know what I mean? Vent. Show people you're a bit... but what do you do? At the end of the day, it's blown over now. The charges have been pressed. You just have to wait in here. What goes on from here, I've got no idea. But the guy wouldn't have sold it in there, to be honest. He just walked away and forgot the guy, ignored him. You know what I mean? Probably mentioned him in some video, but not named him, that sort of thing. Whereas now I want to name the guy. I want video footage of him. I'm trying to get the video footage from CCTV cameras on the market because there's loads of them. Don't know. But I do intend to do a video in the future about strokes like this. I won't say he needs closing down. He needs a lesson teaching. He needs to know that he can't mess with fellow vapors the way he has done, because he's got I don't care less attitude with vapors. So he's in it for the money and nothing else, not to sort of build a business up on a community basis, that sort of thing. Was it Ash, or do you think he should have just been educated better? No, it was one of these people who has no intention of being educated except for by the bad crowd. Yeah, it was one of these people who says, I can get away with this. It's a bit like, you buy a litre of whiskey, you drink half of it and you fill it with water and seal the top on. It was one of them guys. Yeah, never going to learn. Never going to learn. I mean, for him to open, to tell people to open the e-juice on the shore, stick the finger on it and give it a taste, does that person need educating? He needs more than educating. He should know that. That isn't something stupid, is it? You know what I mean? It isn't like a mistake. Yeah. And then to offer to put as much nicotine as you want in a juice at whatever strength, 11, 18, 24, 36, it's wrong. On a market stall, it's got a big 2 litre bottle of nicotine. And now, all right, if you're a person who's willing to buy it off him, but it wasn't as if he was selling it cheap. He was selling it at shop prices. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, does this guy need educating? He's been selling it for 4 years. He's been in the industry for 4 years. He doesn't need educating. Because no matter how much education you give a person like this, they'll just ignore it. And I'll do what I want. You know what I mean? Well, I need to put a bit of diactol in that because I need it buttery tasting. You know what I mean? He'd put it in. You're just one of them people who won't tell you. That's what's wrong with a lot of people in this industry. You know what I mean? All right, he's a market store. He's got a market store. He's got a Facebook page, yeah? He's got a Facebook shop and a market store. Yeah, he makes all his own juice. Well, where's he making it? Where is he making his own juice? I doubt very much he's making it. He's buying it in. That's what he'll be doing from some spurious supplier. And me and you will go on the market and believe that it's genuine. And if something goes wrong with you, yeah, who are you going to blame? Where's the traceability? He isn't any. The guy is not educated, or he is educated and being very clever about it, and he don't give a toss. Yeah, I'm only in it to make money. That's it. Oh, again, got me back up. Every time I go in a vape shop, I feel out of place. Been vaping for 2 years, but shops never feel welcome to me. It feels like walking into a salon. a saloon in the Wild West. Mate, even I get it. Yeah, even I get that. I go in shops. In fact, the shop which you just mentioned you about, because when I went in, I felt so alien because it was full of like a load of cloud chasers. Yeah, massive big clouds all over the shop. And straight away I thought, if I ask for anything in this shop, these are the type of people who will laugh at you. What are you getting one of them for? Why did you get one of these? And I don't want that atmosphere. What I always wanted from a vape shop is to be able to walk in, look around, and be able to ask questions. Yeah, that's what I wanted. That's all I want from a vape shop. I don't want to show that I know anything. I don't want any big, deep discussions. All I want to do is go in, have a look around, see if there's anything that I fancy reviewing, yeah, and see if there's anything that I fancy trying, and seeing if there's anything there what might teach me something. But a lot of these shops you go in, they're run by youngsters. They're off another planet. They really are off another planet. They've got no idea, and you can ask them some questions, and it'll get the backs up. It'll get the backs up, and they come up with some bull line, try to fool you. I'm frothing up at the mouth here. Right, where are we? All right, I'm not. Yeah, Lord shit. Yeah, no, I don't like swearing, mate. You'll have to change that name, otherwise I'm not going to say it in the future. But hello anyway. I wish I could get some proper nicotine. Believe it or not, mate, all you really have to do is call yourself a business. Yeah, contact anybody who sells to the industry and just tell them that you're a business. Send them a letterhead. You can get it 72%. I'm not supposed to be telling you that, but yeah, it happens. You know what I mean? Hi, Jaden. Have you started that channel yet? Can't hear a word you're saying. Hey, Steve. Jaden is waiting to say hello. Just as hello to him, but thanks anyway, Mr. Bowman. A lot of shops I've been in don't cater for new vapors. The stock is aimed at cloud chasing. Exactly. And there's a reason for that. Because cloud chasing makes money. Yeah. Cloud chasing, at the end of the day, I mean, how much juice do you go through a day? 30 ml of juice a day? Hey, you're making them loads of profit. An MTL person, you say, doesn't make them a profit. You know what I mean? But they don't look at it long term. They don't look at long-term customers. That's what I'm saying. Easy Vape, Hazel Grove, he has this long-term customer base. I mean, it keeps his windows. He cleans his windows daily. I mean, they're crystal clear daily. You've been in a vape shop, haven't you? It's like they're fogged up to buggery. Now, what's bad about that is all that fog that you're seeing on the glass is actually in your lungs. If you're a cloud chaser, that's what's in your lungs. You'll all dispute it. But what's on that window is in your lungs. And this guy, like I say, Easy Vape, he cleans his windows every day. Doesn't allow massive big cloud chasing. If cloud chasers come in, he's got this massive extractor fan, sucks it straight away out of the back of the building light. You know what I mean? But more of his customer base are sensible vapor. I'm not saying sub-ohmers are not sensible. What I'm saying is it's the vapor who just wants to just vaping for the sake of not wanting to smoke anymore. You know what I mean? That's it. I'm one of them. I'm a mouth to lung person, that sort of thing. I'm not saying it's responsible. I think it's irresponsible of a sub-ohmer stood at a bus stop blowing big clouds out. Yeah. But I don't think a mouth to lung person is. But maybe me being a mouth to lung person who stood at a bus stop, I would make sure I was stood away from the crowd. You know what I mean? Because non-vapors and non-smokers, all they see is smoke, isn't it? That's all they see. Nothing more. I do sub-ohm vape, but not really after clouds. Yeah, you just have to the taste. I understand that. I'm the same in there. I mean that there, yeah, that's got a sub-ohm tank on, but it's also mouth to lung. And I've got to be honest, if I turn it to mouth to lung, yeah, Yeah, mouse alone. You just watch this. Watch. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful, honestly. I'm still getting all the flavour. I'm not getting a massive big cloud, that sort of thing. But I have to be honest, if I'm sort of vaping something like lemon, yeah, oh, lemon, I mean, I like it. I like a big cloud, but I'm only doing it in my own studio, you know what I mean? Or in my own workshop. I'm not out and about doing it. I still have this paranoia of walking down the street blowing big clouds out. Here comes Stevenson's rocket. You know what I mean? Who was asking for new vapes? I wish I could get some proper nicotine. He was asking for a business number. Isn't that a registered government thing? I think what you've got to look at, newbie, yeah, is most people who try to blind people that they're a company are only buying like 1 litre at a time. Yeah, and I've got to be honest, if you're in the industry, mate, you know, you're buying at least a couple of litres. So it's a matter of some companies will do it, some companies won't do it. I mean, I don't know if you're aware, but the TPD law stinks because if you're a farmer, you can buy nicotine in as big a quantity as you want. Yeah. If you're a gardener, you can buy nicotine for your plants. Yeah. Uh, it's just the vape industry, and it's all just curbed. It's not curbed at being dangerous, mixing your own juice. It's curbed at keeping everything on a plane, so at some point the government can tax you on it, and they're getting maximum tax out of it. That's what it's about. You know, and I know you can go and buy a 100 ml bottle of e-juice tomorrow, and you can't make it up to 18. I'm an 18 nick level person. I like mouth to lung, so you can't buy 100 ml bottles with that, and you can only buy the 10 ml bottles. So if you buy the 100 ml bottles and you get nicotine shots, which are at 18, you're never, ever going to achieve from that 100 ml bottle an 18 mg liquid. It's never going to happen. Yeah, it doesn't happen. So you need an higher strength nicotine. And the government don't seem to understand that. And that's where the government really needs to change in some way. And in 2019, that may be changing. Yeah, a lot of people have shut me down on that, but at the end of the day, it was a tobacco product directive from Europe. It wasn't an English rule. Yeah, and in 2019, we've got our own coming in. We know the bottles are going to revert back to 30 ml bottles or whatever. You still be able to get higher nicotine in your bottles, so you still be able to buy a 24 milligram e-juice if that's what you're on. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't know. A lot of people think it comes down to the amount of cigarettes that you smoke that governs your nicotine level. It doesn't. It comes down to the type of cigarette that you smoked. So if you smoked, let's say Captain Full Strength, Part Drive, you know, the strong ones, and then let's say you smoke the filtered ones, which are Benson and Edges, Embassy, that sort of thing, and then you smoked the Silk Cut and the lower tar ones, yeah. They were the different strengths. So basically, the higher the strength of the cigarette that you smoked would govern what nicotine level you need in your vape. Whereas a lot of people thought it was the amount of cigarettes that you smoked. It wasn't just that, it was also what you smoked. And then on top of that, you had an habit. If I take, for instance, my wife used to smoke 30 years ago, yeah, but she would get a cigarette and she'd go like that, you know, a few times. She'd probably take 6 puffs in a cigarette. She'd vape, you know, maybe smoke 5 cigarettes a day. It probably equated to 1 cigarette in real terms. So it's all them things what have to be taken into consideration. And a good vape shop, yeah, will be able to help you with that. Not a lot of vape shops, but it is. You know what I mean? Like I said, the guy up at Easy Vape, you go in there, he'll ask you them questions. What cigarettes do you smoke? Yeah. And how many do you smoke? And how do you smoke them? Do you smoke them straight to the end? Do you peck them sticking behind your ear? Because all this information helps him determine what nicotine strength you want. There's not a lot of vape shops willing to do that, is there? Did you like the Oliver's Twist? You know, I loved that juice. I really did. It was surprising to me. It really was. I did the review. Yeah, and afterwards I thought, I wish I'd have put a bit of Oliver's Twist in there. Needed it. So then I shot the Oliver's Twist, and then I sort of cut it in the middle. I just had to do. It was just one of the things I had to do, and I don't know what they thought of it themselves. Like, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's my channel. I do what I want. You know? Hi PV, sorry to hear about your morning. Do you think we will ever be able to buy premixed liquid stronger than 20 mg? Nick, again, now from what I've read, and I'll try and dig it out at some point, and I'll try and do a review on it, yeah. From what I've read in 2019, it's going back, it's reverting. It doesn't mean that it's a free-for-all. What's coming back is advertisers coming back, so they're going to be allowed to advertise products, yeah, but they're not going to be able to glorify it. Second thing, what's coming back is going to be no limit on the size bottle of e-liquid you have. And as far as I'm aware, the e-liquid strengths are going back to what they was before, because they've understood that a lot of people are not switching from smoking to vaping because they can't get the strengths. I know I used to know a few people who used to be on 36 mg, and a lot of you say that's crazy, but it depended on how many cigarettes you smoked today and what strength they were. And that's been taken out of the equation. And I think that was taken out of the equation by Europe because they wanted to get people to carry on smoking. That's what their aim was, because you could control the tax on that. So as far as I know, in 2019, it's reverted back. Now, the only thing what's not clear about 2019, but it did say the sales of nicotine will be allowed again. But it didn't soon say what strength. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's an hard one, that one. And I think what they're doing it for is they realise that there's a lot of old mixers now. They're mixing their own e-liquids in some way. So what will come out, it will be some sort of law on test certificates of the e-juice. But that's not going to affect the price because we've got that now. So it's already in place, if you understand what I'm saying. Oh, I hope that answered the question in some way. If you like lemon, the best, in my opinion, is Big Juice UK. I buy concentrated and make my own. Nicotine for plants. Yes, do a bit of research on it. It's used a lot in gardening. I'm not sure I say it's for plants. It might be for conditioning soils. It might even be for killing insects and things like that. But it's used in the gardening industry. Yeah, it's used in that industry, and they can buy it. So if they can buy it, why can't we buy it? All right, might not be as pure. Maybe that's an argument. I've got no idea. 18 mg is the max in Denmark. Yeah, well, it's the same over here, Henrik. 18 at the minute. I mean, I'm lucky really because I've got a couple of litres of 7.2. But I knew it was going to get banned. I thought, right, get some of that in the freezer. You can freeze it indefinitely. So I stuck it in the freezer. What I should have done is I should have stuck it in smaller bottles in the freezer. It's still full, but it doesn't freeze. It doesn't freeze. So I can basically take it out of the freezer, pour it out, put the top back in, and stick it back in. Yeah. I don't know. On offer till tomorrow. Use a code. Stay foggy. When you bought it, Cornish, did you tell him that I put you onto it? Let's hope it's true about bottle size going back to the good times. Yeah. You see, I'll tell you what my big argument was on TPD on the 10ml bottles, yeah? Here's a 10ml bottle. Just grab one somewhere. Maybe it's all right for you youngsters, yeah, but there's your 10ml bottle. I can't read this here. I can't read none of this, yeah? And don't forget, all this is warnings, yeah? So if you can't read it, what was the purpose of putting a warning label on? Now, on a bigger bottle, you've got a better chance of doing that, haven't you? Yeah? The next thing is, and here's the killer, yeah? Here's the killer. They're in plastic bottles. Now, in Spain, by 2020, no plastic's going to be allowed. So what's going to happen to the bottles? Yeah? You know, it's going to landfill this. So, you know, a 30ml bottle as against a 10ml bottle, you're getting a lot more waste here, aren't you? A lot more waste. So when they brought this out on TPD, I thought it was just a way of the government Not our government. I'm not blaming our government at all. I'm blaming Europe. Yeah, it's a way of them controlling the size that you have, so they can tax it on the size of that bottle. And if you look what happened in Portugal, I think it was 80 cents per milliliter of tax when they tried it in Portugal. Because now it's banned in Portugal. Yeah, but they tried 80 cents per bottle. That sent the price of e-liquid through. That was more tax on than what he was getting on cigarettes. Yeah. So the smaller the bottle, they make sure everybody has the same bottle. They can keep control of the tax that they do. So that's all what it was about on the 10ml bottles. Nothing else. It was about nothing else at all. It was about controlling your pocket. And the reason why they stepped the nicotine level down was through ill thought out vape companies who demanded that sort of level. Yeah, not really, like, because you go in a vape shop now and you try buying anything. In fact, you go in a vape shop and try getting 18. It's very hard half the time. Yeah. In fact, the limit is 20, but you won't find anywhere selling 20 because you're scared of going over that bit. So, and I don't know if you know, health-wise, if I drink that bottle, I'm going to have no ill effects. Yeah. If I drink a 30ml bottle of that, I'm going to have no ill effects. Seriously. No ill effects at all. Yeah, at 18 mg. It's not as lethal as what people make it out to. It's when it's super concentrated and you're drinking. So it was just, if it was a 30ml bottle of nicotine only, yeah, then it's going to have an effect. It's a bit like, I don't know if you're aware, but if a dog chews 4 cigarettes out of a box, chews them, yeah, it'll kill him. It'll kill him. Yeah, but you give him some nicotine on this, nowhere near as harmful. It's just protective. A lot of people turn around and say it's the nanny state. It's got nothing to do with it. It all comes down to being able to tax people big time. You know what I mean? Keeping control on quantities versus tax. We haven't had that tax on yet, but it will happen. It will happen. They've got to make that shortfall up from what they're losing off the people who are switching from cigarettes to vaping. A lot of people out there think that you got taxed because you was a burden on the national health. It wasn't. The amount of tax that they collected off you sorted out all the national health. All the national health, yeah? It wasn't just the smokers. So all them people who say you shouldn't smoke in here and all that, they were the ones who are getting benefits from you smoking, but they don't sort of realise that. And if you take it away, them are the very people who want it putting on vape. They won't want it putting on all the other products. They want it putting on vape. And vape's going to be the easy target, especially when we're all hooked on it, if you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, blame me for lots of things there. Sorry, mate. What can I say? I'm sure you've tried in a few things that I've recommended have been crap, haven't you? It's got to be. It's got to. We can't have exactly the same taste buds. You know what I mean? Yeah, Digby's is why it's by. That's that, right? Let's see. Is Oliver Twist, Arson Service? No, it's Digby's, and it's yeah. They already talking about stopping plastic packaging here too. Yeah, they are, Col. I think it'd be a good thing myself. A lot of us ignore packaging. You know, I mean, I'm just one. I'm just one of them responsible people. Put me wasting the bins that they're supposed to go in because I do think they help in some way. You know what I mean? But plastic, yeah, especially when glass was so good. You know, a problem when it was so recyclable, and we did away with it for a cheaper version of plastic, which is sort of, it's not going to affect me and you. It really isn't. Yeah, it's never going to affect me and you. It's going to affect your kids' kids. That's what it's going to do. It's just going to totally. I mean, you've looked what's coming out of the sea. I think in Manchester Ship Canal in Liverpool, the ship canal in Liverpool, which comes through to Manchester. I think it's just got an award for being the dirtiest, polluted, plastic-filled canal with little plastic molecules which come from, believe it or not, they come from face scrubs and toothpaste. These tiny microscopic balls, yeah, they're killing the sea life and things like that. And all to keep your teeth clean, because they used to use grit at one time, but now they use plastic beads because it's cheaper. Yeah. So yeah, plastic's going to be a big thing in the future. I can't understand why when you go in a supermarket, you know, they charge you 5p for a bag. I don't even know, but did you know none of that money goes to the government? None of it goes to the government. Yeah, it all goes to charities. Nothing to do with waste and all like that. It goes to charities, and it's up to the shops themselves to decide which charity they want to give it to. Seriously, it does. But why the shops can't just sell you? Why they can't just have paper bags? Yeah, surely paper bags, you know, biodegradable and things like that. Why can't they do that? Why not have a vape shop where you can just go out and fill it up? Just fill on that, mate. Yeah, 10p. There you go. Yeah, I understand that, newbie board. And you see, you're all right with these nick shots if you're sub-homing. You understand what I'm saying? If you're sub-homing, a nick shot can do the trick. If you're not sub-homing, you're sort of like in between the devil and the deep blue sea. You really are. Sunday roast. I've not had a Sunday roast for a few weeks now. My missus is working today. She's working at City. So, no, I'll be on a salad tonight. That's what I'll be on. I went to Quatch the other day, told me that I've got to lose a stone. Don't know where he got it from. I need to lose a stone, Steve. I'm a stone overweight. I look like a bloody stick. I look dead gaunt if I lose a stone, but yeah, I'll listen to him. Do a bit of keep fit, that sort of thing. Sunday roast and some. I hope you're having some Yorkshire puddings on that, Cornish. Yorkshire puddings, you need it, mate, on a Sunday roast. I hope it's beef. The plastic straws are already banned in pubs and bars. Yeah, they're already banned. Already banned. That came out, what, was it about 4 weeks ago, something like that? Yeah, already banned. But it's not going to affect them because all they have to use is paper straws. Paper straws was here before bloody plastic ones. You know, the paper ones with wax on. Yeah, use them. That can all go back into recycling. Wax paper can go into recycling. Yeah, I think what it was with the 10 ml bottles, Cole, with the glass bottles, was it was hard to get your juice out because you had to have, what are they called now? You know what I'm on about, the squeezy thing, the glass veil, yeah. So to put that on with a child safety top on top of a 10 ml bottle, you'd end up with something like that, wouldn't you? See it? You look at the size of the leading top on that. Oh, there you go. There's a bottle. TPD ready. Oh, it isn't. No label on it. No warning. No nothing. No nothing. The Collective. I don't even ever heard of it. Oh, excuse me. I've got hiccups now. Pipettes. That's the one I was looking for. Things that you used to use for ear drops in and eye drops. Yeah, pipettes. And I think what it was, it's the pipettes itself. It's like that rubber part. Even though that's child safety, rubber part can be pulled off, and I think that's why they did away with them. You know what I mean? On a 10 ml bottle. I don't know if that's 10 ml or 15 ml. It doesn't actually say. It doesn't actually say. Oh yeah, that's a 15 ml bottle. Yeah, so it's not even that big, is it? A 10 ml bottle. I don't know. Number 5, Collective. Provided by LSC, well known. Yeah. Right. I think I'm going to start going anyway now. I've sort of done my bit. Had me rants. All my plans for today have gone out the window. I'm going to do a review, get that edited tonight, get it up. You know what I mean? And then I can concentrate on doing a bit outside, that sort of thing. Hi, Curtis, you've just come on at the wrong time. You've come on at the wrong time because we've just been on for about an hour and, I was going to say 1.5 hour and 40 minutes now. I've had my rant, let off my steam, put people through suffering, through their eardrums, listening to my woes. I don't know how I've just stuck by so long. I really don't, you know what I mean? I've even made some money today from Colin. I don't know. I told my missus about you, Colin. She can't believe you, really. Yeah, I think it's time for me to go now because I've got into that silent mode. I've got into that silent mode now. I've got into that silent. I've calmed down now. I've calmed down. Yeah, I'm set for the rest of the day now. Especially I've now got a vape in me. I just need a drink. Need a drink. Need a drink. Why not? Shouldn't be drinking this stuff, but why not? It's what I need. A bit of a rush. Oh yeah. I had a comment last night on one of my videos. Somebody saying that I shouldn't drink while I'm doing a video because it makes a terrible noise. I don't know if that's true or not. I've got no idea. But sometimes you get a dry mouth while you, especially when you're doing a live show. Yeah. Especially when you're doing a live show, that sort of thing. Now I've got a review coming up. I tell you what it is. Do you know my E-pipe that I did, the 629X? Yeah. They got wind of the review, and in that review, it turned out says the only thing I haven't tried yet in vape is a cigar. I haven't tried a cigar vape, you know, like one what looks like a cigar. And they sent me one, so I'm going to do a review on that, see what it's like. I'm not a big fan of cigars, never was, if you understand what I'm saying. Although I did have the odd. I remember going to the beer killers when I was a kid. You know, beer killers, it's like very big bloody glasses of lager like that and an hot dog, and you end up spewing up all over the place. And I used to have a King Edward, but I used to treat it like a cigarette, you know, inhale the thing in, suck on the ends, all the ends would go mushy sort of thing. So it's been a long time since I've had a cigar, so it's like, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. So I've got that coming up. I've also got another one coming up, which is a juice from Jack Vapor. I don't know if you know, recently I did some reviews on their Brin's special sauce, which if none of you have tried it, honestly, go out and try that juice. And you know, if you're happy to vape it without, because I only found this out the other day, yeah. If you're happy to vape it without any nicotine in, they have a special offer on the samples, which is a 10ml bottle, yeah. Samples nicotine free, and they're only 99p. So if you want to just give it a try before you sort of buy, you know, the box of it sort of thing, I'd advise you to go on there, look for samples and try it there. But I've got one coming up, which I'm hoping it's going to be good because it's one of them flavors that I like, but don't vape a lot because they don't come across a lot. And it's a lime one. Yeah. It's a lime blast, I think it's called. I don't know. Lime sorbet. Lime sorbet, I think it's called. Yeah. I've got a review of that coming up. I'm hoping it's going to be good. You know, if it doesn't appear at all, you'll know that it isn't. That sort of thing. I've been contacted by another company yesterday asking me whether I would do some reviews on some of the mods that they've got, and I've had to turn them down. I had to turn them down. And it's purely because I'm going away when they want to send it to me. It's like, sorry, can't do it. I'm going to chill out. I'm going to chill out. Do you know what I mean? Which means that I'll probably never hear off this company again. Because when you turn them down, they never sort of contact you again. A lot of reviews out there going, yeah, send me, you know, I'll do it. It's like, no, I just have to lose out on that one, you know. Besides the point, I don't do everything. I get some stuff what I don't do reviews of because it's really crap, you know what I mean? Or they just don't come up to scratch, or I find faults on them. I've got one there which is like a 250 watt mod, and they sent it me, and then they sent me an email a couple of days later saying, make sure you put the batteries in the right way, because if you put them in the other way, it could blow up. It's like, what? You want me to do a review on this? Like, so if you do the review, but don't mention that. And I just written back to him and said, listen, thanks for all the information. I will not be doing a review. Period. Do you know what I mean? And they written back to me and said, well, we are fixing the issue. So by the time your review goes up, it'll be fixed. And I'm thinking, no, I'm sorry, because it might not be fixed. You know what I mean? And then I'm going to look a lemon. I'm going to look an idiot. What do you do? Sorry about the episode with the prick at the market, Steve. There's one thing I can't stand. It's a bully boy. Wish I'd been with you. He would have been thinking of bullying again. Yeah. Sorry, it's just it's happened now. What can I do, mate? Oh, good morning, Steve. Great to see you. Yeah. Shout all this morning. I just get some coffee. Yeah. Type it. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. We'll see your show live. Right. See. Colin, you're off. Pleasure, mate. Honestly, always welcome. I'm going to have to bump into you at some vape event at some point, so I can really thank you. Really. So I'll see you, Colin. Nice to see you calling in, mate. Andy Watson, just read nicotine on plants kill caterpillars and bugs that eat their leaves. You see, I was right, wasn't I? I was right, and they can buy that. Yeah, just us poor vapors who can't. That's all. I need to go to the market and buy some bloody veg and get my own bloody nicotine out of it. That's what I need to do. Quick question before you sign off, Steve, about how long does an 18650 last? I've got one, and it's only a little over a year old, not lasting as long as others the same age, and hasn't been used hard. Right, well, basically, don't believe, when it comes to batteries, don't believe what's written on the battery, yeah? Unless you buy it from a reputable company, you should have got well over a year. I mean, I've got devices here 2 years and my battery's still going strong. But a little bit of advice on batteries, yeah, is don't, like if you're using your mod, yeah, and it's like time to go to bed now and you've got like maybe quarter power still left in it and you stick it on charge. Wrong thing to do. Wrong thing to do. Always let them run down and then stick them on charge. When you get into a habit of charging it when it's only got half a charge in, it builds that up in its memory, yeah? So it only ever puts this half a charge in. So when it depletes all the way, it still only puts half a charge in, but shows full on the monitor. It's something that I've known way before vaping, yeah? Because I used a lot of, I've got a lot of battery operated power tools, and it was something that was always drummed into me to make sure you deplete it before you recharge it. I mean, I've got to do waltz with batteries now which are 10 years old and they're still going strong. They're still going strong, you know what I mean? Whereas I've got friends, I don't use, there's another thing you see, the less you use a battery, the shorter it's going to last, because it's not getting this continuous cycle. You understand? It's not. I know it's hard to explain, but if you go and buy a drill with batteries and you read the instructions, it'll say, make sure that you only charge it when it runs out of charge, and use it so many times a year to keep its memory in the battery. I've just got rid of a bloody electric bike because of it. Couldn't get the bloody thing to charge up anymore. It's because it hadn't been used for a year and a half, so the batteries were just totally gone. And yet, at the time, they were brand new batteries. So it's a bit of rocket science when it comes to batteries, because it's also the other guys, I've bought them off eBay and found out this is a 2000 mAh battery, and I've done the test on the equipment. I've depleted it, recharged it up, and it's got to 600 mAh. And it's like, no, all you've done is re-wrapped it. And that's the fault of the industry. It's the industry that we're in. And it is really the China. I mean, don't want to diss the Chinese, but all the time the Chinese are forced to try and sell goods as cheap as possible, so they'll avoid it in any way they can to make the maximum profit. So they'll relabel something. Yeah, there's actually a guy on YouTube, My Life in China is called, I think he is, and he's a British guy, lives in China, and he tells you about all the things what going on in China behind the scenes, how things are faked, you understand what I'm saying, or a new device comes out with an old inside, You know what I mean? That sort of thing. Or just to sort of keep the prices down. And that happens a lot in batteries. And you usually find that I buy my batteries from a vape shop. Yeah. I buy them. I'm not going to tell you no lies. I actually buy them from Easy Vape. Yeah. Because these batteries are reliable because I've used them and I've not had no issues. And he keeps it that way. And he says to me, I can't afford to not sell decent stuff. You know what I mean? He says, if I make no profit on the battery, that's fine because I still want them coming back for the juice, or I still want them coming back for coils, or I still want them coming back for a mod. You know what I mean? So he gets the best batteries and tries to sell them as cheap as he can. That's it. So there's a trusted person if I'm going for a battery. Whereas when you're buying online, you'll know that there's a lot of vape industry online there. You don't know where they're getting their stocks from. And equally, they don't know where they're getting it from. And they don't know whether it's genuine or not. They're just taking somebody's gospel that it is. You understand what I'm saying? So my advice is try and find a reliable seller and stick with them. Don't know where everybody's gone now. As always, love your vids. Try to enjoy the rest of your day. I will be newbie Bob. I'm on my way out in a minute. On my way to just have a cup of tea, chill out. When you back working? When I'm back working, what? I ain't. I mean, the doctor told me that I couldn't work. Or you mean when I'm back from Spain? I don't know what you mean. Right. Well, as far as the doctor's concerned, he says, don't work until I tell you can. And I don't get no help off the government. Yeah, I paid into this system all my life. I'm not entitled to a bloody bean. Because the government say I'm fit, but my doctor says don't go to work. You tell me you're going to listen to. I'm going to listen to my doctor. Bugger the bleeding government. You know what I mean? So they're not giving me money. Hey, you know what I mean? I always find ways to survive, don't we? I'd rather my health be here than me be here than being forced to do something and which could kill me. You know what I mean? I wouldn't take any chances with 18650s. If you think it's dodgy, chuck it. No, I'm off. I'm ready off. You don't want to leave, do you, Cole? You don't want to leave, mate. I know what it's like. I got it from a local vape store where I get coils. It's a Sony VTC. You see, he's saying it's a good, yeah, it's a good battery, but is it a genuine one? I'd be taking it back to the vape store. I mean, if you've not used it as much as what you says you have, I'd be taking it back and turning around and saying, can you test it? Surely they've got the facilities there to test it to see if there's anything dodgy with it, you know what I mean? Other than taking the wrap off and see if there's any signs that it's something else. But like Cole says, personally, for how much an 18650 battery costs, I'd just chuck it. I'd just chuck it and get a new one. I really would do. It's not worth taking the chance. Do you know what I mean? It really isn't. Kieran Heward, you come here way too late, mate. I'm not going through it all again. I've been through it 50 times now, at least. Been attacked by a bloody vape seller. That's all I'm saying. You want to know any more? Watch the replay. I buy mine from a vape shop here where I get my cars and such. It's the Sony VTC. I trust them. Didn't buy my batteries online. Never have done. Well, I'll say then basically your battery's depleted and it's depleted. And the only reason I'm saying that is unless the only thing you can try is run it right away down, yeah? Run it right away down and then charge it from there. Run it down again, charge it from there and run it down again. If you can, it's an hard one to tell you how to do this without using it in a mod. But that might build it back up and it might start working again. But honestly, I mean, yeah, so you've not paid just pennies for it, have you? You know what I mean? I'd be taking it back to the shop and say, will you test it? That's what I'd be doing. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you was there and you was local to me, I'd stick it on test for you and tell you what I think's wrong with it. But verbally, it's very hard. Couple of Sandal, where was that? When I'm back working, back in job. Sorry, I meant you want to know what my job is? Well, I'm a chippy, excuse me, or I'm more known as a marine themed carpenter. See, basically, I tell you what I used to do. You know, like this stuff at Disney World where it makes places look old. Yeah, you know, like people want things looking new. I'm one of them people who made things look old. Yeah, so I built things to look old. In my later life, early life, it was all like cabinet making, fitted out the QE2, yeah, them sort of things. And that's where the marine themed carpentry comes from. But early days was on land, yeah, doing things like shopping centres up. And if you've been in Trafford Centre, if you've been in the Trafford Centre in Manchester, all the Egypt scenes and the Italy scenes and the they're all different parts of the world, yeah, and that's most of my work. What was in there, I did a lot of that. What was in there. Yeah, I mean, you know, if the battery's not heating up, you can carry on using it. But like you say, if you're not getting a lot of battery time out of it, it's nothing worse than being out and about, is it? Not, I don't carry spare batteries with me. I usually carry spare mods with me. It's like, well, that was out of charge. Pick this one up now. Hiya, Craig, it's a bit late, mate. I'm only on for 2 hours. We're on for half an hour. Definitely killing out 2 hours, mate. But thanks for calling in and seeing me, even if it is a bit late. What explains? Oh, right, I see. Yeah, that's yeah. I keep saying I'm going to chuck that one away, mate. I think I'm going to chuck that away and do something different. That's what I need to do, really. Yeah, I should know in what. I'd like something clockwork. I'd like some sort of like steampunk sort of thing. That sort of thing. That's what I'd like in my background. Something like that. Yeah, or building a proper studio would be good. If we could build a proper studio, it could make it really interesting. Yeah, but beggars can't be choosers. Some of us have to work in sheds. Some of us have to work in bloody cellars. You know what I mean? Just the nature of YouTube. Real people. That's what it is. You see. I have actually got. I can't ever want. If I lived in London, I'd be lucky because at YouTube headquarters in London, I can go and use their studio. I'm one of them people, one of them YouTubers who's allowed to go and use their studio facilities, their recording stuff. Yeah, I can use it free of charge. Well, but in bloody London, what use is that to me? What is my daily device? I use. I'm not going to hear that in a minute. I use a wooden box mod that I made myself as my daily thing, and the only reason I use it is because I've got a lot of battery power in it. Yeah, so it's like it'll last me all day. But I've got to be honest, I've got 4 devices in my car. I have 4 devices in my car. And the only reason I really have 4 devices in my car is because I've got a different flavour in each one. Yeah. But my everyday one, which is what you're asking about, is actually a timber box mod. Yeah. And that's the one I use for tobacco all the time. It's like when I'm at home, I use this for tobacco. Yeah. Because I'm a bit of a tobacco head. So uh, the reason for the other mods isn't because my battery's going to run out on my wooden one. It's just that during the day, I might think, go on, I'll have a little bit of lemon and lime, or I'll have a little bit of, you know, lemon meringue or whatever. You know, that's the only reason I have all these devices. I mean, in my house right now, I've got probably one device in every single room, and they all get used at some point during the day. You know, if I'm walking out of here, I'll leave that here. I'll walk into another room and I'll just pick another one up. Go to the loo, I'll pick another one up. Yeah, my wife hates me. She really does. She really does do. It's about time I started giving some away, to be honest. It really is. I really am going to catch you on the next one. See you. Yeah, all right, Cole. See you again for the third time. See you, Cole. Colin! See ya! Oh, you're back. Right, that's me. I'm not giving Colin the excuse to come back in and say, see you, I'm going now. I am definitely going myself. I'm going to hook off. I've had my rant. Anybody who wants to know what it's about, just watch it again from the start. I only leave it up for might leave this one up for more than a couple of days, actually. Normally live, I normally kick them after 48 hours. But I might leave this one a bit as a reference, you know what I mean, to the start of my story, that sort of thing. So I'm going now. Okay. What is a good tobacco juice? My father-in-law wants some. Are you still on Turkish? Do you know what, newbie? Honestly, if I turn around and says to you, go out and get a tobacco, see, I've not gone now, have I? If I turn around and says to you, go and get a tobacco, and let's turn around and say to you, I says, go and get a Turkish tobacco, I can promise you that he won't like it, because that is what the majority of tobaccos are like. And I make my own Turkish because it's what I like. I have bottles of Turkish sent to me from other companies thinking they're going to win. In fact, Yalick, excellent. If you can get Yalick, yeah, and then he cuts that in half. So basically, he gets the 100ml bottle, yeah, and then mixes that up. He's left with 2 bottles there, isn't he? Yeah, that would be the strength of like a rolling cigarette, a standard cigarette, yeah, and it would be really nice. It's got a nice flavour. But if you buy Yalick and you just vape it as it comes, I'm going to be honest, mate. Oh, no, not for me, not for me. And that's what's wrong, because most of the people who designed the synthetic, because that's a synthetic one, yeah. Most of the people who design these synthetic tobaccos have either never smoked in their lives, yeah, or they've smoked something foreign. Like, you know, the American tobacco ones, for instance, are suited at the American palate and what they used to smoke, like Marlboro and all that sort of thing. And the Chinese seem to make their synthetic tobacco ones to their own Chinese tasting tobacco. And that doesn't exist in the UK. There's nobody actually making an English tobacco. Yeah. So you have to go down the road of a net tobacco to get what you want, which is a naturally extracted tobacco. But as I say, because I've been vaping for so many years now, and I've literally tried hundreds and hundreds of tobacco ones, yeah, and I still make my own Turkish because that is suited to my style of vaping and the flavors that I like. Totally different if I'm using an e-pipe. I'm then sort of vaping tobaccos for a pipe, that sort of thing. But they're nearly all NETs, yeah. So my advice is, yeah, if he gets Turkish and he doesn't like it, tell him to weaken it down. Tell him to cut that in half. So basically, I mean, you should be able to do it at a shop. Surely the shop he's buying it from will say, well, if you want, we'll remix it for you, you know, 50% more VG. So basically what you're doing is you're getting, let's say you was to buy an 100ml bottle, which you can't do, but let's just say you did, yeah. And then you get another bottle, and in that bottle you put 50% VG and 50% PG, yeah. And then what you do is you put them 2 bottles in one container, give it a good shake, divide it back into the 2 bottles. You've now got equal 50-50, yeah. That is it's the taste. It's the taste that he'll like then. He'll like that taste. You understand what I'm saying? Whereas if he just does it with the turkey itself, it's going to be way too strong in flavour, a bit alien to him, that sort of thing. I hope he explained that in some way. I hope so anyway. Ah. Hi guys, and take it easy, Prof. Yeah, I'm going now. I'll watch the replay since I dropped in late. Have a good day, Professor, and thanks. I always like the live shows the best. I'm back full of roast chicken. They're making me bloody jealous now. Thanks. Now get gone. You will never go. No, I do rant on a bit, don't I? Anyway, that's it for me. I'm out of here. It is say half an hour. It's been 2 hours and 5 minutes. I've had I need to sit down, need to have a cup of tea, and need to think whether I need to do a review for later on. So I'm out of here. All right, people. See ya. Bye.